So today we're going over the Chapter 2 case, social business. A little overview. We're going to be talking about what are internal corporate social networks and how they operate and how they make businesses more profitable and efficient. And we're going to talk about management's key role in transitioning into these ICSNs with new technology, and we're going to talk about how the employees feel about these. So some helpful hints or vocabulary. Internal corporate social networks are enterprise social networking in an organization's use of social media, internally and externally, to connect individuals who share similar business interests or activities. Basically, it groups people into discourses and then puts those discourses into a chat room, and then they spread ideas and talk about their work life, social life, whatever they feel like. Social incentives are corporate social marketing uses of business resources to develop or implement a behavior change campaign intended to improve public health, safety, the environment, or community well-being. Behavior change is always a focus and the intended outcome. And lastly, social business is, according to Professor Muhammad Yunus, social business can be defined as a non-divided company that is created to address and solve a social problem. In a social business, the investor/owner can gradually recoup the money invested, but cannot take any dividend beyond that point. So, going deeper into internal corporate social networks, they work like Facebook, but for the work office. Instant messages and rapid posting. Large organizations are shifting to ICSN for, or because if all employees adopt the new network, then it will be easier and quicker and more diverse to get fresh ideas. Since the ICSN works as a messaging and communication network, companies try replacing email and telephone messages by using social incentives and also, in some cases, making rules against these too. Most of these organizations will fail to achieve success due to the fact of weak or unfocused leadership and too much emphasis on the new technology. You have to show employees that this will help the success of the company and that it will make their job less difficult and more efficient. So, experiences of internal social networks. BASF prohibited employees from using email because management had implemented the social network, but employees did not want to change, causing them to take longer doing the job, and labor cost increased because they were checking their email and their new social network. So it made the job more difficult and less efficient. Spacebook was created by NASA to be used for a internal corporate social network, but it was ditched due to the fact that employees could not see the tools that made the job more efficient and less difficult. Bayer Materials Science used these failures to launch their social network with pilot programs and other means of spreading knowledge, such as using mentor programs with employees and technology days at work where it would kind of be like a meeting and they would go over things and learn how to do this so then they could go back to their firm or business and teach the others. And they Bayer actually used when Bayer implemented this process, the company used IBM's toolset to explain the simplicity. It will provide employees IBM Connections is a social platform that promoted collaboration, cooperation, and consolidation, the whole point of a social network. This program grouped people into communities or discourses with similar job features, personalities, and much more. So, internal enterprise social networks, is it a good idea for all businesses to have it, or is it not? So, when you're implementing one of these, you have to be careful. Employees work to make it more simple and information more accessible. Employees and sometimes management will be reluctant to switch because change can be hard. New technology can be difficult to learn sometimes. Managers need to understand how their business operates, how its employees operate, and if the company can take the risk of transitioning to ICSN. Because for companies such as one with 25 to 100 workers, it really will seem like a risk. But for someone with 200 to 500 workers, it could seem like one of the better business plays and one of the moves that could get a company from a losing quarter to a gaining quarter. So in conclusion, internal corporate social networks are part of the future of big business. It gives a way for all employees to connect, communicate, and share ideas that could go unheard if not for ICSN. Management and employees alike must be ready for this change or it will fail. Internal corporate social networks, when implemented correctly, increase productivity, job satisfaction, revenue, and much, much more.